Canadians boxing up emergency kits packed with life-saving supplies Wednesday, destined for people in acute need more than 11,000 kilometers away.
There's catastrophic widespread flooding in Pakistan. A third of the country is underwater. 33 million people are affected. That's like the equivalent of our nation. And 500,000 homes have been destroyed. And there are so many families that are in desperate need of basic items. And the most important need is clean drinking water. And then they're pushing it forward.
Speaking in Toronto, the executive director of Global Medic, a disaster relief charity, says they're working to send 5,000 of these bundles. Each includes a ceramic water filter, solar lights, and hygiene items. And there are growing health concerns for people affected by flooding in Pakistan. Things like the risk of further spread of water and vector-borne diseases. That means things like malaria and dengue fever. And the WHO now classifying the disaster as a level 3 emergency. That's its highest level.
Which means all 3 levels of the organization are involved in the response. We're releasing $10 million from the WHO contingency fund for emergencies.
That commitment coming after the UN's appeal for $160 million in international aid. Unusually heavy monsoon rains and melting glaciers submerging a swath of the country. There are now heightened fears the flooding could worsen when rushing waters from the north reach southern regions later this week. Local leaders say man-made climate change is to blame for the catastrophe. And climate talks open Wednesday in Bali among G20 environment ministers ahead of the UN climate conference set for November.
It's terrible to see the images from Pakistan. We must realize there are a lot of places around the world where especially poor people live without any alternative.
The Dutch climate and energy minister calling on G20 countries, which account for 80% of global CO2 emissions, to increase their climate financing for vulnerable nations. Melissa Duggan, City News.